man, these glasses is too damn big, man. I need to get some smaller joints, right? So eventually I found a small. What's up? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of CycleTalk. I'm your host, Mr. Robb Armstrong. And who am I? I'm the guy with the trash FTP, bro. Oh my goodness. With the trash FTP, we gonna talk about that. But quick admin note, right? The Vittoria Corsa Pro, it is the truth, man. I've been riding that tire and it's been absolutely outstanding. Y'all know the Giro concluded like a week or so ago. Vittoria released a special edition pink Corsa Pro and it is super dope. I really want to buy it, but it's like it doesn't match my bike and they only make it in 28s and I ride 30s, so I'm like, oh man, but it's a super dope tire, man. You really got to check it out. Also, if you are liking the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. The channel is growing. I like the likes. I like the comments. I love the love. I appreciate everything. But anyway, getting right into the episode. What are we talking about today, right? We are talking about FTP Test, touchy subject, and we're talking about cycling shades, cycling glasses, and we are talking about Century rides. Ooh, man. So this FTP test, right? I took a test back in September and my FTP was 218. And up until now, dude, I've been feeling like I had been crushing it, bro. And I had did this Swift spring training. It was like 6 weeks long. I've probably been talking about it for 6 weeks. And then it has concluded and I need to take my FTP test, right? So I took the test. I took 2 days off the bike, didn't go to the gym. I'm just chilling. I'm ready to kill this thing, right? And I did a whole video about me taking this test and showing me take the test. And I shot it on my GoPro, so it looks kind of different. I might be able to hold on for the 220 at the 80 and probably 240. But anyway, I just put out the content. So I do the FTP test, right? And I get a 225, man. And I went from 218 to 225. I went up 7 points. And I'm not going to lie, bro. I just feel disappointed, man, because I've been feeling so good on the bike. Like the group rides we be doing on Monday and just out riding, just my performance, my fatigue level, my fitness level, everything feels like it's been great. And I really thought my FTP was going to be higher. I was thinking it was going to be maybe like mid 230s, maybe 240, but definitely like mid 30s. But to get 225, man, I'm disappointed, man. And then it's like, what does that FTP number really mean? Is it really that important? And in my opinion, I want to say yes and no, right? Because if you are an individual that's doing some type of training, I think the FTP number is very important just so it can give you the breakdown of the zones. Because if you don't know those zones, I mean, it's kind of hard to train if you're training to zone, right? And just kind of like knowing power, where you need to be or how to manage your effort. I think that's important. And that's like the main reason why I want to, why I needed to know my FTP, because a lot of times I'm doing like zone 2, or I just want to know what zone I'm in and I have to have that breakdown. And the only way to get that breakdown is to take the FTP test, right? But like I said, I've been feeling great on the bike. I'm feeling strong on the bike. People that I've been riding with for about a year or so, they've been talking like, hey man, you getting strong on the bike. Hey man, you hanging there. So I really like that. And all progress is progress, regardless how much it is, right? But another thing I thought about doing is I've been talking to a couple of my buddies about the FTP, right? And someone was like, dude, I really don't think your FTP is 225. I think it's a little bit higher than that. And they're like, you need to take a test outside. So I'm going to take a FTP test outside. I took mine inside. I did the ramp test on Zwift. And like I said, I just hear people tell me different things, but I've never taken an FTP test any other way. All I know is on Zwift. So I'm going to go outside, try to find me some flat area and do a 20-minute effort and then see what my FTP is. And maybe it's going to be a little bit different. And I plan on doing that maybe in like the next 2-3 weeks or so. So we're going to see, what happens, right? Next topic, cycling shades, right? So I'm going to say this, bro, and this is going to be a touchy subject for some people, and some people may not be feeling it. I do not like the huge cycling glasses. I don't, bro. I don't, man. I got a little face, man. It looks weird, bro. It looks weird. And when I first started cycling, I was feeling the big shades, man. I was really feeling it. And I guess how I kind of got away from it was when I'm wearing my helmet, the little back part of the helmet that kind of cradles your head, it was really irritating like the back of my neck, man. I guess it's just like the bald life, man. I don't know. But so when I wear my helmet, I kind of rotate my helmet a little bit forward, and that way there's none of that. The cage is not on my neck. I don't have any of the stress. I don't get any of the irritation or anything like that. But when I rotate my helmet forward, dude, my glasses were so freaking large, bro. My helmet was smashing the glasses, and the glasses would like smash it down on my face. And then sometimes I'd get done riding, and I would have indentation from the glasses on my face. And that's why I was like, man, these glasses is too damn big, man. I need to get some smaller joints, right? So eventually I found a smaller pair of shades, right, that has been working for me. And I'm going to tell you, the best shades on the market right now are the Oakley Katos. The best thing out, man. They are, oh my goodness. Hold that thought.
A few moments later.
Listen, your boy looking clean. I'm telling you, I absolutely love these shades. I got two pairs of these joints, right? I got the 24K gold joints, and I got these. These are like kind of like a sapphire, kind of royal blue, purple light. Man, they are dope, man. I like these shades so much. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm thinking about getting another pair. I saw a pair. They're like a Tour de France special edition, and like some of the arm part is clear. Oh man, they're dope. But I love these shades, right? The thing I like about them, I love the clarity of the lens. I love the form factor because it's small enough. It covers just enough of my head. And then when I tilt my helmet down, man, it's on point, bro. It is on point. And I'm an Oakley fanboy. And I did a couple of videos talking about some Oakley glasses. You can check those out. But besides being an Oakley fanboy and loving the Katos, there's another pair of glasses that I'm interested in, right? They are the Matador. I think they call it like the Roku or Roke, something like that. I'll throw a picture up there so you can see. But Legion was wearing these way before, and they had a special edition one back when they was running the white and blue faded LA Sprint. Yo, them joints is dope. And it's something about the arm. The way the arm and the way it's cut on the side, they just look different, man. I really want to try those out, and I might pick some up, man, just to see. But right now, I am in love with the Oakley Katos, man. If you've never seen them, if you never tried them, I'm telling you, bro, you gotta get you a pair, man. You gotta get you a pair. All right, let's go to the next topic. Century rides, right? Oh my goodness. So I'm getting ready to go to Texas to hang out with my dad. We're gonna do Father's Day week. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And I'm talking to my dad last week, and he's like, "Hey, you be talking all that trash on that bike. You ready to do this Century ride?" And I'm like, "Oh, wait, I don't know. I don't know if I've never done a Century, right?" And back in 2015, me and my dad ran a marathon, right? And it was super dope, great experience. And me and him have always been talking about doing a Century ride together. We just kind of like never scheduled it. So there's a group called the Major Taylor Cycling Club, right? And there's a San Antonio chapter and a Houston chapter. They are getting together. They are putting on a Century ride this Saturday in Houston, and that's where I'm going to be, man. They're going to have like the SAG support. It's going to be a bunch of stops. You know, you pay your fee, you register. And I told myself, or me and my dad was telling ourselves, if there's any time to do the ride, this is the time to do it, right? And I've been talking to a couple of my buddies about it because I'm excited, but I'm kind of scared at the same time, bro. Because like I've never rode. The farthest ride I ever rode was 73 miles, and I was freaking hurting that day. And talking to people that's like in my circle, when I talk to them about the Century ride, none of them talk about my fitness. All of them say like, "Bro, we've seen you ride, bro. You can do 100 miles. What you need to do is just be prepared mentally, and you got to have your nutrition correct. You got to be eating and you got to be drinking. If you wait to the point when you need it, it's gonna be too late." So that's like the main thing that's in my head is managing my nutrition for the duration of the 100 miles, right? And when I was looking at the breakdown of how the ride's gonna go, during the 100 miles, there's 7 stops. And you don't have to stop at every stop, right? But I'm just saying, worst case scenario, if I needed it, right? If there's 7 stops, if you do 100 divided by 7, I want to say it's like like 16, 17, something like that. Not 16, 17, I'm sorry. Like about 7 or so, which would mean it probably like every 16, 17 miles or so, there's probably like a stopping point. So I figured with that much support along the whole ride, it should be pretty dope and it should work out. But for those of you that have done century rides, for your first ride, your first century, how hard was it? And was it one of those things, once you did the first one, you kind of like mentally knew what to expect, you physically knew what to expect, and the ones after that were easier? Or was it something that you didn't really have to prep for? Or what advice do you have for someone that is going out and doing their first century ride? I need it, bro. I really, really need it. But that's what's happening this weekend on Saturday. And another admin note, right? I've been doing CycleTalk and it's always just me on the camera. I'm telling you, I'm going to be putting out some content. It's going to be me and my dad. And we're going to be having just like some bike talk, man. Because me and my dad, we're always talking bikes and stuff, but we're going to get it on camera. I'm going to deliver it to you. And I think it's going to be pretty dope, man. But I'm super excited about it. But that's all I got for you on this episode of CycleTalk. Go out and get you some pink Vittoria Corsa Pros. Trust me, you love them. I'm out.